Hello, everybody. Welcome to Review a Day, episode number 138, for Monday, March the 16th, 2009. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Review a Day, the video blog where I review movies. I'm your host, Leland Brungard. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Last night I watched You're Welcome America, Final Night with George Bush, which is the one-man Will Ferrell show that just aired on HBO. Great special. I think it's one of my favorite things I've ever seen Will Ferrell do. It's not as much of a comedy as I really thought it would be. It's very much a retrospective satire, kind of a retrospective special all about President Bush. There's some really funny moments. There's some actually pretty poignant moments. I think Will Ferrell does some of his best acting of his career, hands down, in that special. So if you're at all interested in that, I highly recommend checking that out. Today, I also picked up, kind of on a whim, I was at Best Buy, and I picked up Powerpuff Girls, the complete series. I haven't seen this show in probably like 8 years, since I was pretty young. I bought it on a whim. It was like $50, and I'm excited to jump into this series and kind of watch it with older eyes now, I guess. That show was cool, wasn't it? Am I wrong? I feel like that show was awesome when I was young. So I'll get back to you guys on that. The film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is the newest film from writer Charlie Hoffman, Synecdoche, New York. He wrote and directed this film. It's his directorial debut. You're probably familiar with a number of the films he's written. He wrote Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which is a movie George Clooney directed, Adaptation, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Human Nature. He's got a pretty great track record. Eternal Sunshine is, I think, one of the greatest love stories ever put to film. I adore that film. Adaptation is a near perfect movie, I would say. This movie stars Philip Seymour Hoffman, Catherine Keener, Samantha Morton, Michelle Williams, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Hope Davis. This movie is about my mic's getting in the shot. This movie is about Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's a director, and he's trying to put on this play, and the movie kind of starts extrapolating, and it gets more surreal, and basically he starts recreating a theater piece. He's recreating New York City kind of in this weird dome. It's a very surreal film kind of about creativity and a lot of crazy shit. It's really hard to kind of pigeonhole what this film is. Earlier in the Oscar season, I was so excited to see The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I remember seeing the trailer and being like incredibly moved by those images and like just being like, I couldn't wait to see what kind of profound things that film was going to say. That movie left me totally cold. It was a little superficial. It really, for the themes Benjamin Button was dealing with, which are big things, all about life and death and growing old and growing young, that movie had really clear answers, and I didn't like that about that. Synecdoche, New York is everything I wanted The Curious Case of Benjamin Button to be. It's thoughtful. It's thought-provoking. There are no clear answers in this film, which is one of my favorite things about it. It's intelligent. It really presents a lot of ideas. There's so much in this film that really goes unexplained, and it's 100% up to the viewer who watches this movie to take something out of it. And I took quite a bit out of it. I think this is a really pretty amazing movie that blew me away. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman. Well, I put this Synecdoche, New York with films like Little Children or Lost in Translation, There Will Be Blood, where if someone doesn't like them, I judge that person for not liking that film. I'm like, how can you not like that movie? Because it's wonderful. And I think Synecdoche, New York, I put there. I think it's pretty much an outrage that Philip Seymour Hoffman did not get nominated for Best Picture, but for Best Actor, because he is phenomenal in this film. He is absolutely stellar. And that says a lot considering how good Philip Seymour Hoffman is in every movie he's ever done. He's wonderful, and he is above and beyond kind of his typical Philip Seymour Hoffman performance. He's wonderful in this film. Charlie Kaufman being a first-time director, kudos. That guy hit it out of the park. I was really worried about his ability as a director. I know he's a writer, and he's done a lot of that, but I hadn't seen him direct anything, and that is a big step to take as a writer, to write and direct your own film. And I didn't miss Spike Jonze. I didn't miss Michel Gondry. I definitely think that he has the chops to direct his own films, and I think it's wonderful. This movie might turn some people off. It's very weird. Things don't make sense. There's no clear answers. But if you watch this movie and it confuses you, That's a good thing, I think. I think the movie isn't meant to have a clear answer. You're supposed to watch this movie many, many times over, and you're going to get something new out of it every single time. I picked up the Blu-ray while I was at Best Buy, and I can't wait to sit down and watch this movie again because I loved every single moment of it. I give Synecdoche, New York a 5 out of 5. I think it is a meaty piece of film. A buddy of mine, Aaron, who does the daily review here on YouTube, talked about how Charlie Kaufman made this film because he felt cinema was kind of dead as an art form, and he's very much right, and this film is a piece of art. I don't know if it's art, but it's something you can really think about, and I think it's wonderful, and I highly recommend this film to anyone who is at all interested. If you guys like this review, make sure to head over to nitpicket.com. That's nitpicket.com for all my reviews and everything there. Make sure to listen to the podcast. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, give me some star ratings, and I will see you guys tomorrow.